You know, every once in a while I come across a watch that just kind of reaches out, grabs me, and stops me dead in my tracks. Well, today we're talking about 7 watches that did just that. Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we're talking about watches from all over the world. These watches grabbed me, beat me down, stole my wallet. Will this happen to you? I don't know, but let's find out. This is going to be fun. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. Before we get into today's lineup, let's do a really quick wrist check. Today, I am wearing the Starking AM0184 dress watch, and I gotta tell you, it looks pretty sweet here in person. I am currently working on a full review of this guy and its counterpart, the AM0603. Look for that over the next several days. Okay, let's run through this gauntlet, and we are gonna bust right out of the gate with a bang. We're kicking things off with a watch that looks like it rolled straight out of the golden age of motorsports. This is the Ferro Race Master Chronograph. Ferro is a Canadian microbrand, and they clearly have a love affair with vintage racing. From the colors to the dial layout to the overall vibe, everything about this watch feels inspired by classic race cars and timing instruments. Now, what grabbed me immediately about this watch is the personality. So many chronographs today feel interchangeable. This one doesn't. Initially, what got me was the color palette. I was scrolling through yet another batch of watches, and suddenly this thing popped up. It looked like something that belongs in my collection for sure. The Racemaster has a warmth and charm about it. It makes you want to keep looking at it. It's sporty without feeling aggressive, vintage without feeling like a copy, and distinctive without trying too hard. All for about $485, and it's one of those watches that makes me wonder why more people don't talk about Pharaoh and Company. And next up is a watch brand that some of you will be familiar with, many of you will not. This is the Ember Rocket. Ember is a small British microbrand, and the Rocket immediately caught my attention because it manages to feel modern without feeling overly trendy. I like the case design. It's clean, and you gotta love the angles. The bracelet integration is well executed. The overall package feels thoughtful, but here's something worth mentioning. Some of these Rocket models are beginning to get difficult to find at the moment. You have to remember, Ember isn't producing these in massive numbers, and inventory on certain variants are starting to thin out. So if this is a watch that catches your eye, it may be worth paying attention sooner rather than later. This is the Dryden Chrono Diver Gen 2. Now, Dryden has built a reputation for creating watches that feel like they were designed by actual enthusiasts, and the Gen 2 takes everything people liked about the original and pushed it forward. This watch blends dive watch toughness and chronograph functionality in a way that feels incredibly natural. You get vintage inspiration, modern execution, excellent proportions, and a watch that looks ready for just about anything you can throw at it. This is one of those pieces that stand out from a brand that is celebrated for their customer service and response. If you want to know more, we put a link in the description. Now that's 3 down, we got 4 more to go, but I wanted to take just a moment to thank you guys for spending time with us. I know there's a ton of other watch channels out there, but thank you for spending just a few minutes with us. It means so much. If you haven't yet done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'll only take you a quick second, but it really means a lot. This next watch changes the pace completely, and that's all right with me. This is the Merci Beaumarchais. This model here is the H02. Now, this brand is based in Paris, and that influence shows. This watch doesn't scream for attention because it doesn't need to. The design is clean, refined, and extremely attractive. In a world full of oversized bezels, bright colors, and attention-seeking designs, this piece takes the opposite approach and somehow makes it stand out even more. You are drawn to it, and honestly, that's a good thing. This guy is elegant without being overly formal, and it's simple enough to never be boring. This is a beautiful, balanced piece. And we have now arrived to a piece that may be the most visually distinctive piece in today's lineup. This watch here is the Namica Okami Neo, and it flexes its energy in its designs. Namaka has done an incredible job creating watches that feel inspired by Japanese designs while still maintaining their own identity. And this piece here may be their strongest effort yet. Now, don't forget these are in pre-order status, so keep that in mind. They are actually set to deliver in just over a month. The case, the dial, the finishing, the overall presentation, it all feels incredible. This isn't a watch that's trying to imitate anything else. It's doing its own thing. And in today's watch market, that's becoming increasingly rare. The Okami Neo was one of those watches that immediately made me stop scrolling and start digging deeper. Next up is a brand that's been quietly building a pretty loyal following amongst watch enthusiasts. This is the Ixdao JDX065. Now, let's be honest, the AliExpress watch world is crowded. There are a lot of brands competing for your attention, and many of them start to blend together after a while, but every now and then a brand comes along that feels like it's trying to do a little more. That's what caught my attention with Ixdao. Sure, the specs are there. You get stainless steel construction, excellent finishing, strong movements, and a level of detail that flourishes well above what many people expect at this price point. But what really grabbed me was the execution. This watch feels incredible on wrist, well balanced and crafted beautifully. It feels like a brand that understands what enthusiasts are looking for and is working hard to deliver it. In a market where good value has become the norm, Ixdao has managed to stand out by offering something that feels a little more refined and on a new level. If you've never spent much time looking at Ixdao, this may be the watch that changes all of that. And finally, this is a watch that you guys may be familiar with. We did a full-length review of this one just a couple of months ago. This is the Shanghai SH018, and after spending even more time with it, I can tell you this watch here hasn't lost any of its charm. In fact, it's one of the reasons it's making this list. When most people think of Chinese watches, they immediately think of a few brands coming out of AliExpress, but Shanghai's story goes way back and much further than that. Shanghai is one of China's most important and historic watch manufacturers, and the SH018 is a great example of what that brand is capable of, and it decided to blend heritage with modern execution. Now, what grabbed my attention was the dial. Every time I wear this watch, I find myself taking another look. The finishing, the textures, the way the light plays across the dial, it all comes together in a way that feels far more expensive than you would imagine. And perhaps the biggest compliment I can give the SH018 is this. After the review was over, I kept reaching for it, and now it's part of my normal rotation, not because I have to, but because I want to. And if you'd like to know more about this piece, be sure to check out the full review. We'll put a link in the description. And now I want to hear from you. Which one of these 7 watches do you think is the best, or what did I leave out? Put it down in the comments. You know I read them all. Now, we did put links in the description in case you do want to check any of these out. And just remember, if you decide to make a purchase, My Dude Watch may get a small commission, but you don't pay more. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, we checked the time, and it is time to wrap it up, so we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time, but wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.